Good morning, pregame crew. It is Tuesday, March 8th, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. How are you fine folks doing out there? Hi from England, Adam. Hey, y'all. Anu, Matthew, my girl Tammy. Yep, you know what? The world ended. I just saw a cartoon that said, what if I actually get my shoot stuff together and the world ends? I can't, it just doesn't have the same impact without the curse word, and I'm not about cursing this morning. Sure, I'll check space, Cambridge. Hey, Blue Dog, thanks for being here and helping. Sven, Jonathan, Joe, Dino, my girl Mary. How are you, Luciano, Night Truck, Topher, Roger, Ria? Yeah, hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks, Chuck. I can get started now. If you want to see me on Twitter, Chart Lori, you can follow me for my post. Okay, space. Lord mercy, 7%. $7. Can't talk this morning, I'm just now starting. We are not in Black Dirt Breakdown. We have one more level left, 690. It looks like it has a date with it, as people like to say. Your next support is 740, and then below that, $7, then 690. You are in a daily EQ, and you double bottom yesterday. You really need to hold the 736, or you're looking at down at 690. Daily is not oversold. So remember, this chart looks horrendous, absolutely hideous. The weekly is skirting oversold. Daily RSI is 38. 4-hour RSI just oversold. Some of these time frames have cooled off. So it's just a slow, methodical. Look at the methodical, driving it down. Bears are just having their way with this chart. 736, 733, 7, then 690. Hi from Peru. That's awesome. Hey, Mark, John, Werner, Maddie, Helena. Hey, darn. Let's look at you. Okay. There's a uranium name. Right now, a weekly double top of sorts within 22 cents, 919, 941. On the daily, upper wick of profit taking as we approach that 941. Looks like they have earnings Friday, I'm assuming. That's March 11th, right? 8, 9. Yep. Definitely be aware of that. Got some sideways action. When price cools off in time versus price, that really shows the strength, meaning it went sideways yesterday. We closed up 5%, but overall we were pretty flat toward the end of the day. And despite that, we still closed green. So we're trying to hold that 50 RSI on the 15-minute. 850 is your key support going forward, and 888 is your key resistance. KR, let's look at Kroger. It hit an all-time high, going nuts because of grocery prices. So I posted in the TCG room this week, and someone commented back saying, well, that's not completely accurate. My comment was, with food prices going up, if you're going to keep the same margins, let's say you commit to 10% margins. Well, if prices go up from 100,000, let's just say to 200,000, well, now you're going to make, instead of 10,000, $20,000 a day. So if you're keeping your same margins, basically you're just passing along the additional cost from the food to the customer. So, and when I was in business, that's how we did it, but I'm not saying that's how the grocery stores would do it. But obviously they are benefiting from these higher food costs. Support 57.26, 53.90, 53.60, resistance 62.58. This is a beautiful chart. If you're still in it, that's wonderful. If you're not in it, I'd be more patient. First hourly oversold could be your friend. And if you're a TCG member, when this alert goes off, I'll post it in the room and you'll get to see it. You don't have to watch it yourself. All right. EMBL. We will get started with the Fab 4 futures, crypto, commodities, movers and shakers of the day in 2 minutes. I'm going to do a couple more requests. Dating is not a thing anymore, I guess. Daily RSI is 21. Weekly RSI is 24. Black Dirt Breakdown. Earnings were are today. So they are today after hours. Potential 4-hour bear flag. And you have resistance at 1726 and then support 1615, 1592. And what I like to do is go to a company that's directly correlated and say, okay, did they have earnings last or did we have earnings last? And what happened? So look at this big miss. Reported negative 60 cents and they were expecting positive 59 cents. That is a terrible miss. So that just kind of gives me a general idea of the industry and how it's doing. And so that was a big miss. Miss and then a big miss. Let's go back to Bumble. Bumble, they had a big miss as well last time. So it could be a big surprise as well, but Black Dirt Breakdown, be cautious. I will definitely be looking at Bitcoin as I always do. Yeah, let me actually, so if you're a medical person, let me just type it up here. Okay, so I used to work in the physician medical office space, and we would do Medicare Part B drugs, meaning we would buy injectables and give to patients. And this is the ugly side of healthcare. So I'm sorry if I offend anyone with showing you this, but this is what happens. So in nephrology, there's 2 drugs, and this is totally trading and, well, Kroger related, and I have an extra minute. Procrit and Aranesp. This drug costs, let's say, $100 for an injection. And this one costs $1,000 for an injection. Government caps your profit, says you can only make 6% profit on this drug. You're going to make $6 on this one. Same percentage profit. You're going to make $60. And you can make a case for this drug being the efficacy being higher, this drug. So you give them the same amount of injections. The doctor's going to make $60 profit or $6 profit. Which one do you think they're going to go with? They go with the one that's more expensive. It happens all the time. Well, I'm telling you, with Kroger, if right now they make $10K a day and they make 10% margins, so that's $1,000. And then if they start making $15K a day with the same margins, they're just passing on the expense to the consumer, then they're going to make $1,500. That's why Albertsons and Kroger's have been going crazy. Thank y'all for indulging me with this little exercise, but so many ugly sides to healthcare. So I just wanted to go over that real quickly. You're on time, crypto. Yes, we could get started. Hit that like button. I'm going to go over nickel. I'm going to go over Bitcoin. AMD and silver are not on my list. I'll try to remember those, and BBM, EWZ. So actually, I'm going to add those to the list now at the end, so you get special preferential treatment because you were here on time. And silver. All right. Exactly. That's how it works, MG. All right, I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. This is who I am on a day where my hair was made up and I didn't look scary. Chart Gal Lori on Twitter if you want to follow me. And I'm part of chartguys.com. We sell courses, and we have a swing report service, Trader Pro Alert for crypto, and then we have our actual membership where we have over 1,000 of my closest friends, and we hang out in chat rooms and share setups, news stories, and just what we're watching. So what I do is I go over indices, crypto, commodities, movers and shakers of the day. And I feel like my whole mover and shaker list is all commodities today. And then I try to stay organized. And if you're part of the TCG community, when I'm done with the show, I share these notes in the chat room. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click the link below in the video description. It'll tell you what these yellow candles mean, these yellow moving averages mean, my RSI, TTM Squeeze Pro indicator. So you can click on that link and it'll send you an email. And then when you get the email, you need to check your junk folder. It may be in there. All right. So What I was looking at this morning was ES had a potential hourly inverse head and shoulders. And then I kept looking at the Fab 4, NASDAQ, Russell, and the Dow had potential hourly inverse head and shoulders as well. That's still on the table. And potential VIX 2-hour rising wedge. Why do I care about that? When I have the indices pointing bull with a potential pattern, and let me tell you, all the cards are stacked against the bulls today. The market bulls have all the cards stacked against them. They are going into a headwind. So I just want to make sure I'm absolutely crystal clear in what I'm saying. However, if this VIX 2-hour rising wedge could break bear, that could give the market bulls a little boost. But again, they've got their construction hat on. They got every tool in their tool belt going to work today. And if all the friends don't show up to work today, they're in trouble. They have to have all the friends in on the trade. So if you're a part of TCG, you know that we don't give a lot of creative liberties to patterns. They either are or they aren't. And typically we prefer for this right side to be a little bit lower than the left side for a bullish reversal pattern. However, we're getting a higher high and higher low. So, well, I should say we're getting a higher high. We haven't quite set that higher low pivot, but either way, it's bullish. We've retraced 50% of this move. So it's not game over yet on any type of bull bounce. We could get a lower high, and we have enough room for a higher low. So the bulls will have to show us who they are once the market opens. When the market opens, we have been gaining so much more information. And that's the story every day, but even more so the last few days. The first 20 to 30 minutes really tells a story. Okay. Oh, Jason's here. Okay, so I'm not going to call any patterns that aren't legit. Resistance on ES, 423350. And don't forget prior supports that could serve as resistance. And again, I have some movers and shakers for you today. I have some commodity trades, and I'm pretty fired up about them. I think there are some pretty good Queen of the Mountain trade setups. I think it's going to be a juicy day. All right, NQ resistance 13425, support 1310325. We had oil popping just a minute ago, and I'll get to that. Biden announced that U.S. will no longer accept Russian oil, which could be a huge big thing. Biden set to ban U.S. imports of Russian oil as soon as today. And remember, we have API estimates today after hours at 4:30 Eastern, and we have oil inventory to report tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. All right, so on NASDAQ, the psychology of this pattern still here. Don't want to get in trouble. Psychology, it looks a little better on the hourly. And the reason I'm pointing this out to myself is I want to make sure I'm watching the symmetry. So on NASDAQ 13250, mark the left bottom of that left potential shoulder. So I'm watching for this area to hold on NQ to give me that little signal that we could be making a turn. And at this point, it would just be a dead cat bounce. They have a lot of work to do. And on ES, that symmetry area would be 4181, which we're a little bit more above that on ES versus NASDAQ, where we're pulling back a little harder. RTY, same setup. Symmetry, 1941. Symmetry just meaning we don't want that hunchback of Notre Dame. And this is not the right neckline, so don't come after me. So 1941 would be that symmetry area. And your resistance is 1973, and that support 1950. Let me just do a little fib on this one. This one looks a little better. Yeah, we've only pulled back 0.382 on RTY compared to ES, where we pulled back 50%, and on NASDAQ, we pulled back 60%. So let me go look at YM, and then we can make a list of who's holding up stronger. Okay, definitely Dow and IWM are holding up stronger so far on these pullbacks this morning. NASDAQ's the weakest, and then ES. So let me say it again, strongest to weakest. YM, Dow, Russell, SPY, and then the Qs are the weakest. So that's how it's kind of shaking out this morning. So then you can go look at the movers and shakers and Queen of the Mountain trades and say, okay, well, Bank of America is more closely related to the Dow. So if the Dow is the strongest, I might take that Bank of America long trade as an idea, as a better risk reward setup, because it's aligned with its overarching mother indices. I hope that makes sense. Let me go back to my notes. VIX potential 2-hour rising wedge. Let's take a look at that. And this is a goodie. That's really a goodie. I even got all reds on top and almost all reds on bottom, dang it. Yep, all reds on bottom. So possible 2-hour rising wedge on VIX. And what the market bulls want to see is a bear break of this. And if we could lose those 4-hour higher lows on the VIX, it would really give the market bulls a little reprieve in this selling. So we want VIX to red rover, send VIX on over. So a loss of hourly support would be 34.43. When's the last time we lost hourly support? I would even call that a double bottom here. So it's March 3rd was the last time we lost hourly support on VIX. So that would be notable. So what do? Set a little alert. Tell me when the VIX crosses 34. I'm going to do a little bit below. And that would be sign number 1. Market bulls may have a relief bounce on their hands. Okay, 1 second. I lose chat and I want to make sure I stay up a little bit. Yeah, hit that like button, please. Hit that subscribe button, that notify button. And this is just one of the live shows we do every day. And this is the one that's free to the public. But then we'll have Dan going live this morning. And then I will go live midday. Dan will go live again in the afternoon. And we answer your questions. If you have any requests, we go over your ticker requests. And we go live for approximately anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depends on what the room needs. Bitcoin. On Bitcoin, you're going to have to stay with me here because I am not ready to make a declarative statement saying that diamond bullish reversal patterns exist with follow through. I have more data that diamond bearish reversal patterns work at the top of an uptrend 65 to 70% of the time. I've seen that in action. Diamond bullish reversal patterns at the bottom of a pattern, I don't have as much data on. And it's okay to say, cry uncle and say, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to resolve, but it's something I'm adding to my toolkit. So on Bitcoin, I think this is a screaming, and I like to hide my EMAs when I do this. I want to make sure I have complete clarity. Oh, my computer just froze. 1 second. Okay, I'm even going to hide the pivots. Actually, no. Inside day. So if you look at this pattern, so this is a diamond bearish reversal pattern. If we found this at the top of a pattern, higher high, and then we typically get a higher low, higher high, lower low, and this is just the opposite. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Just as textbook diamond bullish reversal pattern because it's at the bottom of a trend. So when we say there's 2 types of pattern setups that they're going to be in 2 tranches, continuation patterns and reversal patterns. And you must know what pattern you're looking at and what tranche it falls in. And diamond patterns, so reversal patterns are head and shoulders. I just can't type today. That's just going to be what it is. It is what it is, right? Head and shoulder. Oh God, this is hilarious. Inverse head and shoulders, diamond pattern, bearish at the top of an uptrend, and then we have bullish. Oh, come on, it's freezing. At the bottom of an uptrend. So continuation patterns are bull flags, bear flags, cup and handle, inverse cup and handle. You catching what I'm throwing, picking up what I'm putting down? And then actually reversal patterns, falling wedges, rising wedges. Now what has not made it into one of the buckets? I call them neutral patterns because they don't give me any pattern bias. Would be just symmetrical triangles or megaphones. Okay, I hope I helped someone today typing all that out. If I didn't bore you to death and you didn't die of boredom. So the diamond pattern that's bullish at the bottom of a downtrend. It's at the bottom of a downtrend. I am looking for a pullback and a higher low and then possible resumption of trend to the upside. Well, I guess that's not resumption, change of trend to the upside and go break that 39,556, then that 39730 and support 38558. All right. So that was Bitcoin. Ethereum, very similar. Look at this. Very, very similar. We have resistance at 2609, 2649, 2656, and we have support at 2495 and 2445. And on my notes, I want to put a little asterisk here So when I come back to it, we can review it. I want to review this tomorrow. I am mentally collecting info on reliability as of these patterns at the bottom of a trend. I like trading in them at the top of an uptrend as a reversal signal. So is this going to be a reliable signal to mark a temporary bottom in Bitcoin and Ethereum? I don't know, but we'll look at it again tomorrow if you come to the pregame show, and we'll look at the validity. All right. So oil, 4-hour lower high on deck. That may have changed. Well, I don't want to skip gold. Gold, potential 2-hour bull. Let's just look at this beautiful thing. Gorgeous. Weekly uptrend. Weekly uptrend, daily uptrend, 4-hour uptrend, hourly uptrend. Now, what does that tell you? As soon as you hear these words, weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1-hour uptrends, back burner should be like tattooed on your forehead. That's what you should be looking for on these commodities names. So here is my focus. If you're not a TCG member, you didn't see this morning, but here's all the new alerts that I made this morning. And I am looking for back burner trades on GDX for 5-minute, 15-minute hourly. I'm looking for a potential 4-hour oversold on Apple. I'm looking for an hourly oversold on AG, Majestic Miners for silver. Nickel. Okay. I am not a metals expert, so please go confirm with someone who knows what they're doing. But nickel went nuts last night, and another short squeeze. It's gone up like 200% in the last few days. Y'all can go check my math. So I've read that our nickels in the US are 25% nickel, 75% copper, and the 5-cent face value of a nickel is now worth almost 10 cents. And that was yesterday before last night's short squeeze. So a lot of people got wrecked, and that made VIX spike on margin calls. These commodities people that were shorting, because a lot of these people who actually sell metals and they're metals miners, they'll go short gold or short nickel as a hedge to their business. So some of these companies that benefit from a higher nickel price got wiped out last night from shorting nickel. So that was a lot of nickel conversation. It's probably worth what you paid for it, nothing. So JJN is the nickel ETF. So I have that on 5-minute, 15-minute, and hourly back burner. NOV was a killer trade from the swing report from Friday. And then yesterday it gave an opportunity for entry. So I'm looking for that for back burner. So anyway, all of that to say I'm on back burner watch today. That's the name of the game. CL 4-hour lower high on deck. So gold looks great. How did I skip it again? And your supports are 2009, 2008, and 2005. Oil, now oil may have changed with that Russian news, but odds favor, and we're probabilities people, I don't guess. I'm just not a good guesser. I do have a magic 8-ball for just kicks and giggles, but odds favor a lower high compared to 130.50, but with this fundamental news of Biden shutting down Russian imports, it could possibly break 130.50. So I just wanted to let you know that things could have changed. Nat gas has been pretty weak overnight. I do not have any nat gas alerts set, none of them, because it's been too weak. It's been one of the weaker commodities. I just want to stick with the strong stuff. Life is hard. Let's just make it easy. So resistance 4717, 4818. Let me get a bigger large term. 4-hour daily, we have enough room for a higher low. Did I write that down? I did not write that down. I would fire me. NG has room for a daily higher low. Okay, HG, this is copper. So copper has me interested, and with FCX, I traded it live in front of you yesterday for some grocery money. And so now HG is pulling back a little bit. Let me check it out since I looked at it 2 hours ago. Okay, we've lost the 4-hour uptrend. Now things have changed for me. Never mind. So we've lost the 4-hour uptrend. I was watching FCX, which is a copper miner. I was watching for a 4-hour back burner watch, and I still may watch for this one, and I'll look and see what copper's doing before I trade it. But I'd love for this to get oversold. Look how much room we have on the daily for a higher low. And I was watching these prior resistances. This is a great example, studying prior resistances that could come into play as support. Doesn't mean they will, but look at the confluence of the golden pocket. It could work around $45. So I'm going to be patient on this one, but I like FCX as one of our queen of the mountain 4-hour trade. Look from that daily high or low, but I need HG to stop its bleed to the downside or this idea will get wrecked. I need copper with me on the trade in a 15-minute uptrend in order for me to consider that. All right, here's the queen of the mountain trades. War back burner names, commodities, wheat, corn, JJN is top watch for me, JJN, GLD, and then GDX and SLV. And I don't have to have any of these charts pulled up. I do have GDX pulled up, but I don't have to. My alarms are set and I could just switch that chart immediately. So it helps me keep my brain a little sane so I don't have 50 charts pulled up. And I won't trade them all. I will go look at the alert, look at the chart, look at the corresponding correlated chart and say, okay, is everything in confluence or do I have the divergence even that I'm looking for? So fertilizers, NTR, MOS, and CF. If y'all want me to go through all these individual charts, I will, but they all look the same, all right? Pretty much the same. I am looking for wheat, corn, nickel, gold miners, silver. Then the fertilizer names that are truly impacted by Ukraine, NTR, MOS, CF. Defense names, meaning they provide war type artillery stuff. Lockheed Martin, Northrop, I said that one wrong last time, Drummond, Raytheon, and LHX. Pick any of these names that you're comfortable with. Go check the volume, make sure it's good and something you can handle. And I would pick those names and set my alerts. And then once they hit, then see, and 15-minute, I should make some emphasis. I really am waiting for 15-minute oversold because I just want to be very cautious today. I'm not in a hurry to give back any money. So 15-minute oversold on most of these should work. JJN may only give us a 5-minute oversold. That's the nickel one. We'll see. But nickel has pulled back 27% the last time I looked at it on that blow off top on that short squeeze last night. Oh, nope, it's back up. So let's see. This is how fast stuff changes in commodities. It pulled back 50%. And now it has bounced 78%. All right. This is nuts. Oh, all I can do is laugh. So JJN is going to be super dangerous, y'all. It's going to be so very dangerous for so many people. So ninjas only on JJN. Okay, NOV, that was the one. This, Jason, you may want to put this in your Hall of Famer and print it for your refrigerator. Look at that 15-minute EQ. I present to you the world's prettiest EQ that's ever existed. So this company has averaged 7.6 million volume traded. It traded 21 million yesterday, and it was a swing report name from this weekend. And if you were able to get in at open, you could have gotten almost, well, 25%, whatever. But I think there's some opportunity left on this one. And we have to wait for back burner trades. And I took off all my EMAs and never put them back on. So, and the reason I like this name is I was looking at this squeeze, hold a 50 RSI, and then double inside bars, and then it just took off. Just beautiful, beautiful trade setup. Okay, TA. Okay, this one's a decent one. This is not a back burner. Well, I guess it kind of is. So I posted an article and like 15 names in the cybersecurity space. So essentially war related. And I was looking for a name that had a nice technical setup and maybe even news. Well, I found one. OKTA, cybersecurity related name, and with a weekly double bottom attempt with an upgrade. So on the monthly, it's an inside bar. I know, isn't it gorgeous? Okay, so look at this inside bar. So low of 152.51. Yesterday we hit 152.89. Okay, so monthly double bottom. Weekly, we're in a downtrend, but we're attempting a double bottom. Check, check. You're in the cybersecurity space, which is a needed space right now, and did have a bull pop last week. Okay, check, check. 4-hour approaching oversold. Check, check. And the upgrade was for approximately $210. If someone wants to verify that, but I think it was, actually, I'll go verify it. Because this is what I can do. The news. That's not the news. This is the news. 1 second. I know you're like, why is she doing this? Okay, I'm about to give up. Don't worry. I'm about to give up. We're at the dang upgrades right there. Okay, OKTA upgrade, $225. I was off by $15. So it's at $157 now. I like a pullback buy around $154 OKTA to the long side. And if you trade options on this one, you have to use limit orders. It'll get you good. The spread is like fat. VALE, keeping eyes on VALE, dividend tomorrow, and nickel related. Now, I want to be cautious when I say nickel related because, again, some of these companies hedged against nickel and got hurt. So it's not automatically bullish. So let's go look at VALE. They're pulling back pretty significantly here. And they have, okay, so be careful on these dividend names. RIO has not worked out great, but it's not over, game over yet. But y'all, this is 72-cent dividend on a $20 stock, and it's nickel related. So I think this is a ninjas only one. This one could be very interesting, especially hourly oversold. And you see, I already have my alert set there. PANW, I did not put in notes. Shame on me. So here's all the names that I listed in TCG. So PANW. So what I'm looking for on PANW is a daily high or low. Plenty of room for daily high or low. We've pulled back exactly 50%. So this one does not have news like OKTA is, but it is cybersecurity related and has way more room for daily high or low. Hourly oversold. 4 hour is not oversold. 4 hour oversold. Let me go set that alert. I'd be super interested in this. And you can see it's up here in one of my names I'm watching today. So for me, I have a little bit different approach today. Normally I go look at my charts and I put my fishing pole in there, but I feel like my fishing pole are my alerts today. And I'm going to really heavily depend on those for my trade setups. So, okay, I think that was it there. Oh, I did have more. Shoot, I didn't go over any of these. Wheat, bullish chart, watching for hourly oversold back burner on wheat and corn. Okay, Bank of America has an interesting setup, but let me start out with XLF. Okay, so let's just connect the wicks. Now, Dan has a whole video on proper ways to draw trend lines. He likes to say with the same color, like all red candles or all green candles, so this slightly violates that pattern. But I could make a case if XLF bulls could get back over this trend line, it would be a big win for the bulls considering this downward pressure that the bears have on, they've got their foot on the bulls' throats. So looking at XLF approaching oversold, Bank of America is getting interesting. Got 2 upgrades today. So I don't know. I mean, it's daily oversold and they all of a sudden get interested in this name. Kind of odd. Weekly is not oversold. Daily is. But I want you to look at this daily support. I wouldn't be giving you a name just because it's daily oversold or just because it has an upgrade. I need price action support. Price action is first and foremost. So yesterday we hit 38.21, 15% cents below this level. I'm calling it a double bottom at this point. I'm calling it. I'm just calling it. So let's see what the bulls can do today. I think BAC could give nice risk reward. I like their options pricing and liquidity for a potential bottom fish if this bounce can keep going on the market. All right, EWZ for whomever asked for it. Oh, Patrick, no, you missed the swing report. So sorry. Did it end up in junk or something? Sorry. But thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Okay. First thing jumping out at me, whomever asked about this, is that it could be a 4-hour bear flag. Probably looks better on the 2-hour. Yeah, it could be a 2-hour bear flag from swing high and after hours, 34.86 to the low, 32.81. 0.382, meaning a 40% retrace of this move just gives the bears a full opening to just come confirm this bear flag. So be aware of that. 32.81. So your first support is 32.99 of regular trading hours, then 32.81, and after hours, then 32.65. Bulls have a lot of work to do. And don't forget these sneak little 15-minute resistance lines over here. Just look for those. But look how easily bears dominated price with even the quick EMA. They didn't even have to tag in the 21 EMA. They did it well below the 8 EMA. So they were just dominating price. AMD, has that buyback. I have not given up on AMD yet. I want a piece of this when these buybacks start. 99.35 has to hold. 99.51, 99.35. You see my alert there? That's how serious I am about buying the dip on AMD. But I'm just not going to arbitrarily buy it. And I would prefer daily to be oversold, but I may not get all of that to line up. Kind of asking for a lot. Silver, weekly uptrend, daily uptrend, 4-hour uptrend, hourly uptrend. And look what they've been doing. These commodities, when they hit that hourly 50 RSI, they start buying. So just be aware of that. And so the way that you can play this today is, here you go. Tell me when RSI gets oversold on the 5-minute. Done. And then you go check it out and see if it's something you want on the 15-minute. Every time I do this, I think about when I taught Microsoft Excel, I would always tell them start in the cell that you want the formula to go. And I always tell myself, start on the time frame that you want the alert. Not that anybody asked me. Okay, silver 15-minute and then hourly. Did I set that one? Yeah, I have that one set. Hey, Luciana, that's really sweet. Good morning, Sincere. Yeah, I told my entire family to not spend nickels anymore. Like my dad has a bag full of coins. And I said, no more spending nickels. And please tell me if you have 1942 to I had to look all this up yesterday, 1945 war nickels. They are 75% made of nickel, so they're worth even more. XOM, and then I'll wrap it up so I can go listen to Dan the Man. This one has a big buyback. Don't forget about these buybacks. I am not in a hurry to short XOM or CVX with oil running and these large pullbacks buybacks that Chevron and Exxon have announced. I don't hate my money. I wouldn't even play that short with my ex-mother-in-law's money or even Dwayne's money. All right? Let's be smart out there. Follow me on Twitter, Chart Gal Lori. Go check us out on chartguys.com. If you're interested in my chart setup, click on the video description below the link and hit the like button. Use stop losses, folks.